Good evening again, my cyber friends. This is the Midiman again. I'm coming back at you live. I just finished my Bible study. I came back because of the fact that there was a guy that was, or gal, that was inside the lobby of my Bible study that had asked me something, and I didn't get a chance to address it. And so I decided that I would come back for a few moments with another live stream here, just to kind of chew the fat a little bit. And if you are still on and you wanted to still ask me the question that you had for me, I will be willing to answer it to the best of my ability, as long as it's in the biblical terms. In other words, I will not try to answer things outside of the biblical answer for them, because you get yourself in trouble when you go outside of the Bible. And if you especially knowledge, if you're not very knowledgeable in an area, and then again, you got to be careful about man's knowledge. You got to be careful about that. That's what's the matter with our world today. Man thinking he's smart as God. That's never going to happen. So I just came back to say to that individual that asked me that question in the Bible study earlier, I'm sorry that I could not just kill my Bible study and just go and direct your question, because that would have been unfair to the people that do come to hear my Bible study. And so, matter of fact, the Bible study comes first, and I had to do that, and that's how come I allocated the end of the broadcast, because I knew that I could do the live stream as long as I wanted to, even though it would not be on Blog Talk. Because really and truly, you only get about maybe 30 minutes of Blog Talk Radio. After 30 minutes, it goes out. 45 minutes for certain, that even the recording stops. So it doesn't even archive no more than about 45 minutes. Whereas that Restream and all the other streaming applications, when you go live, like I am now, you can kind of go unlimited amount of time, and you have time to really do what you need to do. So if you're the person that asked me that question during the Bible study tonight, I am here for just a few more minutes, because of the fact I won't try to stay here long, because I just got done with my extensive Bible study and I'm a little tired. So if you're not on and not responding to this, and I don't see a response in the window in about another 2 minutes or more, I will go and sign off again. But we like to thank Sister Jackie and Brother Titus as well. But those are two of my, or I should say my real regulars in close circle, inner circle, I call them, because they have always kind of be there for me. And I will try to give a shout out and give honor to whom honor is due. And so we will thank them, and we thank all of those that might be, some may have monitored my show and that I don't even know about, but I thank you as well. And because, like I said, it's not about Midiman, no way. It's not about Midiman. It's all about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And like I said tonight in my topic, it's this same Jesus, y'all. This same Jesus is coming again. And so therefore, we need to be ready. Let me see who is this here inside the lobby here. Okay, Titus, there you go. Okay, all right, Titus. Yeah, I do remember that, but I thought maybe he had a specific question, because that's a very broad subject about my thoughts on it, because I thought maybe he had a specific area that he wanted for me to address about COVID-19. But I'm glad you came back and said about my thoughts on it. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I give it to you, since you came back and loyal enough to come back and to address the question and give it to me what he was said, and I will go ahead on and give you exactly what I think about it. I'll give it to you, and maybe you can also help, however you're feeling about it. This is where I stand out. And this is where I've been from day one. And those people that knows me know that I have had the same stance about this thing from day one when they first started talking about all this foolishness. Everybody that knows me and know me well know I have had the same stance on it. And the thing that I would tell you, Brother Titus, this was my very thought from the very beginning. I smell a wicked agenda. Let me say that again. I smell a wicked agenda. I didn't agree with the way things were handled in the beginning, and I still don't agree with it the way it's being handled now. But I'll tell you this. I know I done heard both sides of the spectrum, my brother. And I hope, Brother Titus, that you I hope that you have, and that I give you credit because I have known you for quite some time. And I believe you got a level head on your shoulder and you believe what thus says the Lord. I do believe that. Now, what I'm saying is that from the beginning, I didn't believe none of it from the very beginning because of the way things happen. Man-made stuff, man trying to be God. See, this was the danger in the beginning. From the Garden of Eden, man tried to get, Satan lied to Eve, told her a lie, and told her that God was trying to hold something back from them, and that they would be just like God when they was already like God. Brother Titus, many man's thought from the very beginning, and I mean for those that will tell the truth and that knows me, they will tell you I had this same conviction from the very beginning. I didn't agree with it from the very beginning, and I don't agree with it now because I smell a wicked agenda, because I know what the Bible say. I know what the Bible say. Now, God gave everybody free will. God gave everybody free will about, to do or not to do. That's your prerogative. I can't get mad at you because you decide that you want to do something. But what I am saying this. If you got any education whatsoever, and this is what's so scary about this thing, brother, you got people that are supposed to be educated. You got people that are supposed to be kind of smart, but they are acting just as dumb on this subject as I ever seen any people act dumb in my life. Number one, brother, let me tell you something. When you take a vaccine for something, it keeps you, the vaccine is supposed to keep you from getting the disease or the virus. That's what a vaccine is supposed to be. But they saying that people that get there, it don't keep them from getting it. So why take it? It don't make no sense to me. It does. I smell a rat. It's a wicked agenda because of the way that they're trying to coerce people into doing something against their natural will. Let me tell you something, Brother Titus. God put an immune system in every human being. And that immune system cannot be improved upon. God is God all by himself. How in the world can a man improve on what God has made and put inbuilt in us? This immune system that God put in us, it will combat any kind of disease known to man. And it'll keep you from getting it because God put it there. And it will stop any variant. It ain't gonna let nothing get by. But this stuff that they call themselves putting in folk now, they talking about it'll let maybe one thing, it'll block one thing, but if it come back in another way, it'll let that on through and break down your God-given immune system. Now you're gonna catch everything. No, I do not agree with it. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why I don't agree with it. Because this is exactly the way that New World Order gonna come in. When the beast have everybody that accept his mark. This is something similar. This is a setup. How many that look out everybody that dropped their guard and just free willingly. Just free willingly. Look at what the church did. I ain't leaving out the church. Most of the church, they just free willingly did because what the government said. I ain't studying that. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't bow, even though the government and the king said it. They did not do it. They did not bow, even when it was popular to bow. Everybody bowed but them three. God took care of them, didn't he? God will take care of you too, my brother. So that's my stance on it. I smell a wicked agenda. I don't fault the people that are being deceived. I don't fault them. But I just wish that we would, that some of us would use just a little bit more discretion and realize that God gave you an immune system that keeps any disease away from. God made us so perfect. And it's so, we are wonderfully made. And then anytime you go to altering what God has made, you put yourself in grave danger. And that's exactly, my brother, what I believe has happened. It already been implemented because God knows a lot of people already, whatever reason, and it's my prayer. I mean, God knows it's my prayer. I'm praying. I'm praying. I'm up to the my sincere prayer is that God will rectify this thing for the one that have been so foolishly led blindly into this. And I'm praying that God will keep his hand on them. Because if it is a wicked agenda, in which I do believe, now I could be wrong, brother. I could be wrong. And I hope I am, for the sake of the people that already done it. I hope I am wrong. But what if I'm not wrong? That is the question. See, I still got my immune system intact. And it's going to stay that way. If I got anything to do with it, it's going to stay just like God made it. Because, see, I know my immune system will fight off anything known to man. And yours will too. Do not let people mess with something that God has made. Man cannot improve on anything that God has made. And I don't care if the president of the United States, I don't care if it's the premier of China. I could care less what they say. They can talk all the trash they want by. You need to do that. You go to torment with that mess because you're not going to tell me that you got more sense than God because I know better. Now, that's my take on it, brother. That's my take on it. And I pray for God, for the people and everybody. I pray for all of us that God will intervene with this thing and that wicked agenda be turned against the ones who are trying to push. And if you look at the people that are trying to push this thing, you can tell, look, you can listen at people. Everybody trying to coerce people to where they are. It ain't that, it ain't that. Yeah, that's the same thing people always say. They are quick to say what something ain't. And that'd be the main thing they're going to kill them. And they are quick to say, no, that ain't that. That ain't that. When this thing came out, and they still saying this, and it's a major doctors are still saying the same thing about COVID. It is just as, it is weaker than the weakest cold virus. So now it's something else going on. How can a weak cold virus, something weaker than a cold virus, be that dangerous? I don't think so. It's a wicked agenda, Brother Titus. I can't pinpoint it, but something in the milk is not clean. Because no virus that is weaker than a cold virus gonna be doing the killing that they said that this stuff was doing to the people all last year. Making this thing was so deadly. And then now, wait a minute, everybody can't be right. We got one side of the spectrum of the experts said it ain't nothing but like a common weak virus, very weak, can easily be killed. Then you got these on the big money grip side. They say, oh yeah, but you got to do this. No, you better use your common sense, brother. You better use your common sense. When people are trying to push something like that, if money is involved, you can bet that they will sell your soul to hell to get that money. People, you can't get them to see it though, brother. And Brother Titus, that's my stance on it. That's my stance on it. Okay, let me see what you said there, brother. Okay. Oh, my Lord. Okay, yeah, but it was not because the government, okay, told her. I pray, okay, you said you prayed over her body because the vaccine don't have power over the Lord. There you go, brother. There you go. But I still say, I still pray, and I still, okay, good, prayer. Keep praying, brother. Keep praying. That's what I'm doing too, every day, because I'm looking for God to intervene, because I do believe it's a wicked agenda. And if it is, I'm praying that God will intervene. But we got to realize, Brother Titus, that there is a system that is trying to be put in place. And they've been trying to put this new world order in place ever since Herschel Walker Bush, my commander-in-chief, was the president of the United States. They were back during Desert Storm. This wicked agenda been going to this new world order where they want to make everybody alike. God never meant for all us to be like that. This transhumanism stuff and all that, where we all could just be putting chips in our bodies and all that kind of stuff. See, this wicked agenda been trying to cooperate and pile up for the longest time. It ain't just started, but it's getting closer now. And then, see, this is a way they can use this hoax, and I do believe it is one. They can use this and see how many people that will be willingly to take this. They'll be able to take that mark. I hate to say it, brother, but that's exactly, you are not going to hell blindfolded. If those that take the mark of the beast, they're going to do it free willingly, just as they're doing this stuff right now. They are doing it free willingly, mainly because most of it being scared to death. They're using the fear of the people to do what they wishes. When you get people to fear, if you can get enough of them to fear, and you get enough of them to running their mouth about one thing, you can get a lot of people lost and a lot of people in trouble because of the fear of one. And they'll take it and run with it. And then, everybody cannot be right, my brother. Everybody cannot be right. So I'm saying, to be vaccinated, when we took vaccination back in the day, they knew that these vaccines will stop you from getting. It cannot be classified as a vaccine if it ain't going to stop the disease, the very thing that you're supposed to be getting vaccinated from. And they tell you this thing ain't keeping you from getting it. So why take it? That don't make sense to me. So I take my chance with that. I mean, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. I would rather be damned if I don't. And keep my immune system intact, the one that God gave me, than to take a chance with some mess I don't know nothing about. But see, this is what happens when people let people play on their fear. And God don't like that, man. And I do believe that God is going to take care of the people. I do believe God is going to take care of his people. But just as you said about your mom, and I can understand that. I can understand that. Prayer, that's the best thing. That is the best thing, and the most powerful weapon we have in the universe is prayer. And so we just going to pray for our brothers and our sisters. We're going to pray that we're going to fight this thing to the bitter end and be just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel. We will refuse to bow to the bitter end, even if it means we lose our life. We got to stand. And this is what I didn't like about the church back last year, the early part. I did not like, because a lot of them, they didn't even put up no type of resistance whatsoever. They just, whenever the governor said or whatever, the big people said, they just bowed down. And they did it. They just bowed down. They put up no kind of resistance. So that's how come I said, that's my take on it. And it's been like that ever since day one. I have not changed, and I doubt I never will change. I'm not saying, I'm praying that for the people, I'm praying for the folk, because God knows most of them have been scared to death. I know a lot of people that have been scared to death of this thing called COVID-19. And I do know some people that have died, brother. I know some people, but I can't say what they died from because I don't know. I know what people said, But I still say it's a wicked agenda behind this thing. I still say that. Now, if I'm wrong, thank God. I hope I am. But what if I'm right? That is the scary question right there. What if I'm right? You remember when you go against the grain, people don't like you when you go against what is popular. But see, just because something is popular, that don't mean it's God. And see, that's what we at now. The popular thing is to run out, do something you don't even know nothing about. That's the popular thing. Because, you know, everybody want to have a barbecue. Doing a barbecue. Why is I'm going to mess up my DNA that God put in me? God wrote that DNA. God put that immune system in us. And it cannot be improved upon by man. So why would I want to mess up that? Talking about a barbecue. My brother, I'm glad you came back, Titus. I'm glad I came back. I didn't know you was still around, but I'm glad you were still around. And I hope that answered the question to my other brother. Because, like I said, I'm not faulting anyone, but there is a wicked agenda. And it's been going on for years, man. It ain't just started. It's just closer to it right now. Because, see, this is in the Bible, dog. This is in the Bible. I mean, everything we see and looking at right now, this has been foretold by the prophets of old and by Jesus Christ himself. Even Jesus spoke of these days. So what we got to do, we just got to make our mind up on who we're going to believe. Are we going to believe God and his word? Or we going to believe man in China and Russia and America? Are we going to believe them? That's what it all boils down to, doc. And everything that we do free willingly, like I said, nobody goes to hell blindfolded, man. Nobody. Nobody goes to hell blindfolded. You're going to make a conscious decision whether or not you're going to follow Christ or not, whether or not you're going to do what he say or not. And I'm just praying for everybody that's in question, because I do believe that a lot of people did things because they were afraid, they was scared, and they didn't want to die. Hey, don't nobody really want to die, but hey, you're going to do it anyway, one way, you know what I'm saying? It is something there, Brother Titus. God knows, man. And you keep praying for your mom, man, and pray for all of us. Pray for all of us pray for all of us, man, because we all need prayer. Because from what I done heard a lot of information on both sides about this thing. And they talking about the one that I even heard this on, I just heard this recently. They said that just as you can contract you can pass on a cold to somebody, if you got a fever, if you got a temperature around and you can pass a cold on to somebody. They saying that the people that already have taken this here poison stuff, because they say it's poison. They straight say it's poison. And it says just a matter of time. But see, I don't know that now. I'm just saying what the experts say. They said that it can be transferable to the one that hadn't even done so. So, we all are, to a degree, if you didn't think about it, we all are kind of in harm's way. But like you said, prayer is the key to the kingdom. Prayer, we're going to have to pray that God would intervene. And that's what I do believe, dog. And I'm praying that God will intervene. Anything else, Titus? Okay, Titus. We thank you, man. And God bless you. And we are praying with you and for you, man, as well as your mom and everything. We hope that everything work out for everybody for the best, man. That's the only thing we can do. And I do believe, God is never going to be outdone by man. God is not going to allow man to outdo him. But I'm just wondering how many of us going to have to suffer before we learn some sense, man. That's the only thing you're about to graduate from high school. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, man. I'm glad I had a niece that's graduated from high school this past Saturday. So I'm going to say congratulations to you tonight in advance, man. And I hope you already got a school in mind that you're going to go to and everything. And I'm hoping that you have much success and be able to finish out this your career and continue your education, Doc. God bless you is my prayer. All right. So we're going to say good night to you, Titus, and thank God for you to come back and relay the question that was at hand, because I was going to address it, but I could not stop my Bible study to address that question. I was going to wait until the end like I did do, but the guy had left. So we thank you for not being counted robbery to come back and share. So we thank you, and we hope that you have a great graduation and everything, and we hope that God be with you is my prayer. So with that being said, Doc, I'm going to check out now. So I'm going to tell you good night, all right? Good night, brother.